Well, hello there, folks. Bill O'Leary. And in this video, I'm going to answer the question, how do you plan your estate for a troublesome child? So first, I'm going to talk about what a troublesome child looks like in the world of estate planning. That's the first question I'm going to answer. The second is what can be done to plan for the, shall we say, irresponsible child. And the third is why is it so important to do so? So again, quick introduction. My name is Bill O'Leary, and I'm an estate planning, elder law, and probate attorney in Jacksonville, Florida, with my firm Legacy Planning Law Group. Look, parents naturally want what's best for their kids. And, the kids that are raised with such high hopes of hopefully becoming successful and well-adjusted adults. But unfortunately, despite best efforts, there are situations where the kids make bad choices or maybe engage in risky or dangerous behaviors. And this really can be hard on the parents, not only emotionally, but sometimes financially as well. Sometimes parents end up maybe in a misguided way supporting the troublesome adult child, or maybe bailing them out of trouble. So really, parents need to get a gut check and be honest with themselves when preparing their estate plan. So first, evaluate the problem. What is the nature of the problem? Does your child have an addiction problem? Are they not good with money? Or maybe if they are good with money and don't have an addiction problem, are there some other concerns? For example, are they in a troubled marriage, or do they tend to drive recklessly where they could lose their inheritance? They could leave the family bloodline. But, back to the irresponsible child, the last thing that you want is to leave a problem child a sum of money that could really end up being wasted, or maybe even contribute to their problem, making it worse. And the fear, again, is that the inheritance that's left to them will be wasted, again, or worse, facilitating their descent into more trouble and difficulty. So again, it's important to understand your options before making a decision that could impact you and your heirs, both now and in the years to come. First order of business, hands down, is putting in place a living trust. And this is going to provide the foundation for dealing with that troublesome child. And by the way, some people think that a trust is just really for rich people. That is not true at all. Trusts are done all the time in estate planning that have nothing to do with excessive wealth or tax planning, but really is a way, number one, to make things smooth and easy, not have to go through the probate court, and number two, to protect a child's inheritance, even if they're responsible from the risk of getting a divorce or getting into some sort of liability situation like a car accident. So again, if you want smooth and easy and you want to protect your child's inheritance, a living trust is for you. Now, how does a trust actually protect the child's inheritance? Well, first, it's just the way that it's structured. Someone else is put in control of your child's inheritance. Someone else is in charge. This is the person we call the trustee. A trustee is given the authority to handle the assets for the benefit of your child. Now, a trust can also go on to include a very important sort of legal provision we call a spendthrift provision, which not only prevents your child from transferring the assets in some wasteful manner, but also it's going to include limitations on how the money is going to be used for the best interest of the child, the beneficiary child. So, for example, you can have a trust that says that the money in the trust will only be used for the child's basic living needs, or maybe pay for certain expenses on your child's behalf directly to the, let's say, the service provider or the vendor, or whatnot. A spendthrift trust can also protect the assets in the event, again, as I said, your child gets a divorce or in a liability situation like a car accident. Now, a trust can go on as a way to protect the inheritance, go on to include what are called incentive provisions for an irresponsible child. So, for example, the trust may say that distributions will only be made if the child meets certain incentives, like getting a job or maybe a college degree, that sort of thing. On the flip side, a trust can include disincentive provisions, such as withholding distributions if the child engages in certain irresponsible behavior, think drug use. And so what's nice is that with a living trust, you can change it as you go along, because a living trust is what's called a revocable trust. Revocable means you can not only revoke it, cancel it, but you can make changes as you go along. So think as your adult child gets older, and hopefully it will allow you to reevaluate. Let's say they do get more responsible, do mature, they're a late bloomer. A living trust is a very flexible, adaptable tool where maybe later you can loosen things up for the child, where they don't need all those restrictions that they did maybe when they were younger. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about how to plan your estate for the troublesome or irresponsible child, and maybe how we can help, we'd love to talk to you. So we invite you, as we do in all these videos, go ahead and reach out, schedule a free 15-minute phone call that we call here at my firm a discovery call, where we can sort of discover the situation and get the conversation started. And scheduling is very, very easy. Yes, you can go to our website and select the book your free call button, but you can also click on the link below this video that will take you right to our scheduling calendar. Just pick the time and day that works for you, and we will get on the call at the time that works for you, and we'll start the conversation. If you'd like to learn some other topics that are somewhat related to the world of wills and trust and elder law and probate and that sort of thing, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Legacy Planning Law Group. We're putting up more and more videos every month. And I'd ask that you kindly like this and share this video with others. So this is Bill O'Leary signing off for now. And on behalf of everybody here at my team, we call ourselves Team Legacy. It's a great team I work with. Go make it a great day and a better world.